What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny itty bitty little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week and chit chat with you about all of the crafty things that I have been getting my hands onto in the past 2 weeks. Mainly knitting and cross stitch. Those are my favorites. This is episode 43 and I am filming this today on July 26th to go up on July 27. I live in the Pacific Northwest where summer has arrived with a vengeance. Iced tea, because yeah, it's a little warm in the Pacific Northwest right now. I know. Nothing like what some y'all been dealing with. I get that. But we don't have air conditioning. Hopefully the fan that I have going is not too horrible loud. If it is, I guess I'll be refilming. But it's not going off. It's not even noon. It's barely 11. It's over 80 degrees in my house with multiple fans and an AC, window AC unit. We're supposed to have mid to high 90s for the rest of the week. Help! Hence the no makeup, because it would just like melt off of my face. No one needs to see that. Right, you're not here for a weather update, but you know, if you were, you got one. Now, ooh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to shake your world. That was all on me, and now everything's sideways. It's hot. I don't deal with hot heat, well, at all. Right. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you find something that you enjoy and that you like, and that you click the subscribe button. It's one or the other. So yeah, click the subscribe button if you feel like it. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate it. We can all swelter in the house together. There is more iced tea in the fridge if you need it. There's also water that is very, very cold. Enjoy. We need it. So, I actually wrote down some notes because, yeah, I guess I felt I needed to. My brain is not firing on all cylinders because of the heat. It is what it is. So, first we're going to start off with, I have 2 finishes. 2. One in the knitting world. It is surprise finish. It is my secret stash, not my secret stash, but my secret finish, that the secret project I've been working on. I have finished it. I need to get it into the mail to send it off to the person for whom it is intended, along with a few other things. I'm hoping to do that later this week, except it's been too hot. We'll see. I'm hoping to get it out later this week. I have to get it out later this week so that it gets to the intended person before a specific date. So, after said person receives and gets and opens said surprise thing, I will take a nice photo and I will place it in my next episode. And then you can all see what I've been working on. I was really happy with it. It really just, I thought it looked really great. The other thing, I have a cross stitch finish. I know. So I've been kind of scattered with my crafting the past 2 weeks. Kind of bouncing all over the place. I had been doing this whole structured method, 12 hours on a piece, 12 hours on a piece, 12 hours on a piece. I was doing that with both my stitching and my knitting. I'm realizing that with my knitting, it doesn't work. It doesn't work so well. I can't have 5 pieces. I need to have less. So I'm going to play around with that. My stitching, 5 pieces, still works great. And when I finished working on one, I just needed something new. It works great, but you know, sometimes you've got to break your own rules. So I pulled out an old project. I pulled out On Redware Road by the Scarlet House. Don't know why I'm showing you that, because I have a finish. Oh yeah, so pretty. When I picked this up again, I had the black border up here. I had the black on the house, and I had the 2 blackbirds. I think that was it. I know all I had on here was some black. I don't know if I'd filled in these flowers, the centers, with the black. I don't think so, but I might have. But that was all of it. That was all I had. So I pulled it out again and I started working on it, and ta-da. Oh yeah. It is so pretty. I used the called for threads and the called for linen, and I love it. It is so sweet. This is, it was a full kit. Where is it? It was a full kit originally that had stuff for backing it and everything, but I have no clue where that stuff ended up. So, oh well. I've got a nice finish. It's pretty, and I like it. Again, I'm going to show it off because it's a finish. Ugh. I haven't been getting enough of those of late. I'm going to put this right there. So, that's that. Then, I worked on several things this week. Some you've seen before. Some you have not. Because I had a couple new starts. I shouldn't have, but I did. And you know what? This is our hobby. If we can't make up our own rules, then break our own rules. What's the point? Stay hydrated, people, especially if it's warm. Hydration helps. So, let me start with my whips. I'm going to start with one that's kind of a funny whip, because it's technically a whip and now technically not. My last, what month is it? July. My last July whip go call was to technically work on Villages of Hawk Run Hollow. Now, that work was to frog the whole thing. I had messed up, everything was in the wrong spot, it was terrible. So living in here is my Villages of Hawk Run Hollow, and I want to show you what I have accomplished. I have accomplished a completely empty piece of fabric, considering that this piece has been sitting in my stash, in my pile, incorrectly stitched for over a decade, I think. Yeah, something like that. I am calling this a massive achievement. Almost a finish. Almost a finish. I finished frogging all of it. It didn't even take that horrible long, but I dreaded it, dreaded it, dreaded it, dreaded it, dreaded it so much that I just wouldn't do it, and wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it. Now, I have this lovely piece of sand dune lakeside linen 40 count. I have all the silks, I have the chart, and I can finally restart this accurately. And note which, whoops, there we go, which direction it sits on the fabric. It isn't this way. Nope, nope, that is not, in fact, the way you're supposed to stitch this one. It's this way. Now, do you know what I did wrong? Yeah. Anyhow, it is done. It is done. It is done. And I can finally restart this. I don't know when I'm going to restart it. Part of me wants to restart it right away, because I've finished houses. I have this one. I have Shores and Halloween and Christmas and I think one other. I'm not sure. And I want to do a few of the others. I kept thinking I didn't like Map of Hawk Run Hollow, and then, oh poo. Someone on Facebook, FlossTube, someone on FlossTube has been working on it and I cannot remember who it is. Mind is completely blank. But she's been working on it, and it's gorgeous. Y'all are enablers. Thank you. So there's my first whip. An empty piece of fabric, which I am more happy about than I probably should be. But I am so happy to have finally just sat down and frogged it. But it was depressing. It was super depressing. But now I'm happy. I'm happy. It's all good. All right. Next up is... where is the cover photo? Where's the cover photo? Seratatum. I think I showed this last time, but I hadn't finished working on it. So here is Seratatum. And I've started trying to take pictures of before and after. I'm not consistent with it, but I'm trying. So if I did, because I like it when other people do, so I'm trying to emulate people that are better than I am and more awesome. So, I mean, isn't that what we all try and do, is emulate people that we respect and appreciate? Right. So, if I took a picture of what this looked like before, that's where it was. If I didn't, then I just sat here awkwardly for a few seconds. And let's not show the back. Let's show the front. Here is Seratatum now. My glasses are falling down because I'm sweaty. Ugh, I am loving this. So I continued working up here. I think last time I showed it, I was working on this guy. I have finished this motif, moved on to this motif, and finished it. And I went back to this motif right here and actually filled in all of this leaf branch bit right here, which I'd forgotten to do from years ago. It's there now, that's all that matters. Loving this piece. I just think it's so pretty. Oh, I think it is so pretty. I am doing this on an unknown fabric. I was saying I thought it was 40 count, but looking at it again, I actually think it might be like 37 or 36. I am unsure. So it's an unknown creamy fabric, and I am using a Vicky Clayton Silks conversion and loving it. Absolutely loving it. This piece is just a dream to work on. Love. Then you get that down there. The other thing that I worked on was my By the Shore piece from Jeanette Douglas. Now, again, if I took a picture, this is what it looked like before. Hopefully there was a picture. We'll find out. And now, I am, oh, look at that. I am well on my way through autumn. So, I've been working on autumn. Oh, that looks so good. I love doing the Byzantine and Bargello stitches here. So many specialty stitches. I loved stitching a pumpkin. The pumpkin was really, really fun. This moon is absolutely gorgeous. Some fun little rose hips. A seahorse. I got to stitch a seahorse. And oops. Sorry about that blue thread, but look at that seahorse. Look at him. Ah, I absolutely adore him. I hope you can see the colors, because that, Let me see if I can get him closer. He was just so neat to stitch with all of his fun colors. And then I have this funky wrapped stitch thing, a weird starfish thing that was really, really strange to do. And then a Bargello shell. Ah, I am loving this piece and getting slowly closer to a finish. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. I figure the next time I pull this out, I will easily finish the autumn portion, and then I will move down to the winter portion. I will not be able to finish that the next time I pull this out, but maybe 2 more rounds, maybe 3, because there are a bunch of beads and charms that have to go on that I have not done for any of the seasons yet. So I will have to go back and I'll have to do them for spring and summer and autumn and winter when I am finished with it, because I don't like putting beads on when I'm still working on a piece, let alone charms, which are dangly. But I am enjoying this piece. The bunches of silks that, because I bought the kits because there's way too many silks, way too many silks called for me to feel comfortable kitting this up myself. It would have cost a bajillion dollars. A bajillion, I tell you. Because, let me show you my project card. These are the silks. There's 2 cards. And I have enough room on this card for winter. See? That's a lot of silks. That's a lot of silks. So I'm very happy that I am using the kits. Makes it affordable. And I love stitching with all these silks. There's thread gatherer silks, there's watercolor silks, there's NPIs, there's, I don't even remember what else. And giant packet of papers for how to do all of these specialty stitches. So, like I said, I'm working on autumn. So I am just going to be finishing up, there we go, these bands here, and I will be finished with autumn. And then I can pull out wherever winter lives. Wherever winter lives. Winter's in here somewhere. I can't find winter right now. I'm now curious. Where did you go, winter? There's spring. There's summer. Ah, there's winter. I separated it because it's the one I haven't worked on yet. Like a smart person. There. That will be winter. Oh, it'll be pretty. So yeah, there's Gloriana threads, there's Thread Gatherer threads, NPI silks, Cairn Collection, Threadworks, and Krynic. So lots of different things. Really fun to be able to play with. I love it. I am using a 32 count fabric. I just saw what it was. In Deep Caribbean by Silkweaver. I really like the blue because it's obviously a sea piece. And then that's living in this spooky spider bag. I forgot to show you what Sarah Totham is living in. A bag I made myself years ago when I had a sewing machine that functioned. Crazy. All right, and then I had 2 new starts because I wanted to. Living in this lovely Paris bag is, if you've watched before, one you shouldn't be too surprised about. I started Modern Folk Embroideries Isabella's Heart. I bought a kit from Evertote with Leo and Roxy fabric and the Leo and Roxy threads, which are delicious. I love Leo and Roxy threads. Anyhow. The kit that I purchased is one that had an 18 count Ada because it was slightly darker than the one that was originally called for, and I liked the slightly darker. That is how far I have made it. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, just look. Look at those colors. So I have all three of the colors now on the piece. I have the glorious red, which is, ooh, Falu red? I believe it's Falu red. I believe it's antique white, and I don't remember what the pink is. But I'm loving it. It is really, really pretty. I just spent a couple of hours working on this, like 2 maybe? I honestly do not remember. Maybe it might have only been 1 hour. I don't know. But I wanted to get a start on this because I have plans for it. The finish. I like it. It's very, very pretty. Here are antique wedding dress. I think I called it antique white. So antique wedding dress, flamingo, and Falu red. I love Falu red. I now want to do a red sampler, a nice big one in Falu red, because it's gorgeous. Someday, when I get there. So that was one of my new starts. My other new start was very much just I want to do it. And I stole my Bayun cat bag. I don't know why. It was next to me and I needed everything to be put away. So, Bayun cat should be living in this, but Bayun cat has a box. So Bayun cat now lives only in its box and not in a bag. Anyhow. I started, and I do not have... I bought this as a PDF, and so I do not have a picture. It is called I Will Cut You, and it is by Lucy Beam. I am doing this on a 40 count coconut shell by Bestitch Me. And where did I start it? I started it way over here. There's not much of a start, but there's my start. So there's my start on I Will Cut You. And I just really needed to start a few things. There's like 3 more things I want to start. We'll see if I actually start them. I don't know. That will come in plans. I'm using the called for threads, which are mostly Gentle Arts, and then the red is a Weeks dye work. So these will be the threads for I Will Cut You. And I think they look lovely on coconut shell. Who knows when we'll see that one back, but it was a mood that I was having. Definitely a mood. I Will Cut You. Oh dear God. Ooh. So my fan has a temperature gauge on it, and it just keeps going up, people. Right. I have some stitching knit whips, not knit wits, knit whips to show, but I'm going to pause for half a second and try and cool down a little bit before I come back, and you won't see a difference. There will just be a tiny pause. You may not even notice it, depending on how well I edit. So, I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back! It's like no time has passed. It has, for me, but not for you. Same amount of tea. I actually had a glass of ice water while I was trying to cool down. This tea does have some caffeine in it, so I try to make sure to not drink too much caffeine because that can dehydrate. So I did the ice water. You don't need to know. Anyhow, let's get into my knitting whips. Living in this adorable box bag by, I don't remember who, Scrappy Angel. Scrappy Angel is what was my work project, my Pro Soho half and half triangle wrap, which is no longer my work project because It is too big. It has become too large to be a work project. Oh, do you like my little fox needle tip protectors? Aren't they adorable? They perfectly match the bag. No, they are not from the same person, but yeah, anyhow. It's too big. It's too big to be a work project. So it has now come home. I, of course, learned this on Friday when I was at work, not before work. I started pulling this project out, and I'm like, yeah, it's too big now. It's gorgeous and really warm. It's gorgeous and way too big. So I ended up buying a skein of yarn and a hank of yarn and some needles just to start a basic pair of socks. So that is now my work project. Not that I needed more yarn, but I didn't have any yarn with me other than this, and this was way too big to work on. And I'm really glad I have a different work project now because it's 8 billion degrees. Right, so this is my half and half triangle wrap. It is Pearl Soho, like I said. I am doing the large size. I'm forgetting this color, but this is the Wild Iris in their linen quill, which is an amazing yarn. If you have not made one of these and you are a knitter, go. Next time Pearl Soho has a sale on linen quill, buy yourself 6 skeins. 2 different colors. It's gorgeous. So, my work project doesn't always get shown, but this is now no longer a work project, and it's not going to be worked on probably very much until it cools down, because it's big and it's hot. That's that. My new work project is living in an Alice in Wonderland bag. Gotta love Dark Alice. Where's there's the caterpillar. Do I not have? Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna have a heart attack. It's like, do I not have the Cheshire cat? I do have one Cheshire cat. Phew. Ooh, I was concerned. So this is 1 day's work of work knitting. A new sock. Ta-da! I have a cuff and 2 rounds of leg. That's it. It is done on, oh gosh, what were my needle sizes? I feel like I can read those. It's a size 0, US size 0. It's a 2.25? I do not remember. Nice, easy, 64 stitch sock. I am doing a basic pattern. I'm doing a little tiny bit of purling, like purling every other round a little bit. Just not completely vanilla, but not really a pattern. And this is Dye House Yarns on their sock base. It is a merino nylon. What is the content? It's an 80/20. An 80/20 merino nylon. It's really, really pretty. I love the little pops of color. And the color name is, focus. There we go. The color name for this yarn is Outdoor Sex, which I didn't realize until after I bought it, because it was just a pretty color. Anyhow, so this is now my work project. You will probably see it a long time from now when it's finished, because it is now a work project. Next up in my knitting whips, I have my As You Wish shawl, which was a mystery knit along for Lyrical Knits. I am doing it in 4 colors of Cannon Hand Dyes fingering weight merino, nylon, I forget what her base is called, I can look, her Charles merino, which is at 80/20. I had to look. So, I have no clue where I was last time on this. No clue. I was still in clue 3. I was just finishing up clue 3, wherever clue 3 was. I have finished clue 4. And I am now finally in clue 5. I really want this done, but I got tired working on it. So this is the whole thing so far. It is very pretty, and I am enjoying it. It is going to block. It seems really skinny right now, but it's going to block. Oh, it's warm. It's going to block nice and wide. Like you can overstretch, or you can normal stretch, and it's just going to be this glorious, nice wrap. Looking forward to it. I think next time I pick this up and give it 12 hours, I will be able to finish the entire shawl. Probably with a couple hours to spare. I don't know. This was kind of a fun pattern. And you have the fire swamps with the little fire swampy bits. It's all Princess Bride jokes and names because the As You Wish shawl. So lots of movie jokes and all of that. All of my ends are woven in but not trimmed because I do not trim them until after I block. And I am enjoying this. It is funky and fun. It is living in one of my Fat Squirrel fiber bags. I love her bags. In the library card bathroom. I love her bags. Fat Squirrel does some of the best bags. Love them. They're a wonderful size, which is why I love them. Like, look at that. Look at that. I have a foreskin shawl in here, and there's room to spare. Room to spare. Love. Anyhow, that's what's living in here. Hopefully next time I see it, I show it, I mean, you will see, ta-da, a finished piece. Only time will tell. Oops. It's a project where you go back and forth with either having it all on one needle or on 2 needles, where you work on one project and the other half is on another set of needles. And my second set of needles fell out. Well, let's put that back in. Well, I can tell you though that I'm using this on I'm doing all this on a size 6 needle, which is the called for. I tend to go up one because I'm a tight knitter, but I didn't. And then living in this Tanny Casey bag, another fantastic bag maker, and she currently has my heart because I bought this because of the peacock, and she asked me if I really wanted the peacock because she didn't mean to, I think I discussed this before, she didn't mean to have the peacock so prominently displayed in her her studio photo of this is the bags. And I was like, I will happily wait to get a giant peacock. And to be honest, it didn't take that much extra time. Like, I couldn't really tell. Anyhow, living in here is my Salty Air Tea by, oh poo, who's the designer? I cannot recall right now. It is just out of my head. This is the Salty Air Tea. I'm going to put down here the name of the designer. I have split for the sleeves. Yes. So here we are. I have finished the entirety of the yoke. Oh, that's gonna look so good. Oh, it looks so good. And as you can see, I have split for the sleeves. I have about an inch past the sleeves, but look at this. This is gonna be the nicest little summer tee. Apologies for that. My memory card was full. That's what you get for forgetting to delete things off of it. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yes, I was talking about my Salty Air Tea. It is a lace tee, or it is a lace yoke. There we go. So until it is blocked, it does look a little not as awesome as it's going to after it is blocked. But to be honest, that isn't looking that terrible. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. Oh, And as you can see, there's the yoke, there's the sleeves. It's just going to be a stockinette body. And it is a slightly cropped tee with short sleeves. Huh, t-shirt, short sleeves, shocking, I'm sure. None of you realize that. Anyhow, I've been giving this a lot of really good time. I have not that much more to do for this round. Last time I showed it to you, this is how far I was. So this is how far I have made it in 10 hours, 11 hours, 10 hours. So I have 2 more hours to work on this before it gets put away. And I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. So pretty. I am using Hazel Knits Artisan Sock yarn in the colorway Plume. This was yarn that had been used in another project that I just balled up again and was super lazy because I didn't wash it to get the kinks out. I just started knitting with it. Bad person, bad knitter, don't care. All right, so I'm going to move. Boop, boop, boop. My happy little slothy stitch marker here. Ding! And I will put my happy little slothy stitch marker come here. Here we go. I put my stitch marker at the bottom so we can see how far I get next time I show it. Isn't that just lovely? There's only, the pattern calls for me to do 8.5 inches after splitting for the sleeve. I am not sure if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to do like 9.5 to 10. Not sure how cropped I want this to be. I have plenty of yarn, so it doesn't really matter. But that is where I'm thinking right now. I have about an inch done after splitting for the sleeves, so either 7.5 more inches to go or 9.5, 8.5. I can count. 7.5. I don't know. Maths is beyond me. My brain is dead. My brain is melted. It is oozy, squishy brain heat badness. Oh my gosh. Right. So, Salty Air Tea, really, really love it. Has some great short rows in the back so that you don't feel strangled by the collar, by the neck. See? That way, see, you can see right there what happens with the wonderfulness of short rows. You gotta love short rows in the back of your shirts. Really, really helps. It really does. Anyhow, I am using, what size needles? I don't remember. These are US 5s. And I am really enjoying it. I also am using a size smaller, probably a 4 would be my guess, for the ribbing at the collar. I'll do the same with the ribbing on the cuffs and the ribbing on the bottom. And I love it. Oh, I love it. That is the end of my whips. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So now we're going to get into plans. All right, I have some. Oh, luckily, Jessie Marie does stuff for WhipGo. She misread her calendar and thought today was the 27th when it's really Wednesday, the day this is going up. So she already released the numbers for WhipGo for August. They are the numbers 20 and the numbers 25. Happily for me, I've already finished one of those boxes. So I only have one. Oh, and I'm up to date, by the way, on WhipGo. Last thing I needed to do was the frogging for Village of Hakarnahala. I'm up to date. So, August, one of my numbers, it was to work on my modern folk embroidery for a certain number of hours. I've already done it. Hooray. And my other number is to start Ruskin's Penguins. Finally. I totally thought that number was going to be called much earlier, and it has not been. So sometime during August, I will be starting Ruskin's Penguins, finally. And I am excited for it. I've been wanting to start that since the beginning of the year, which is why I put it on WhipGo. Ow! Metal straw, lip, tooth, bad combo. I might delete that. I might not. Anyhow, I really have been wanting to start Ruskin's Penguins since the beginning of the year. So I'm very excited to be starting it. So there's that. I will be getting more time in on my salty air tea, probably just the rest of the hour and a half, I think, that I have left in its rotation. Knitting wise, what else am I going to work on? Obviously my work project. Maybe I will pull out As You Wish and finish it, but I'm kind of annoyed at it right now because I just finished it. It seems like I just worked on it. So we'll see, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure what I want to work on knit-wise. Ooh, I should go back and I should finish my other pair of socks. What were they called? I don't remember, but I should finish that pair of socks. So that's what I will do after I finish my time on my sweater. Is I will pull out the Fiesta, starts with an F. Fiery? I don't remember. I will work on those socks and hopefully not start any new projects. I would like to get more progress done on the ones I already have started. We will see. Maybe I'll work on one of my, no. All right, here was my, maybe I should work on one of my many blanket projects because I really need to get, it's 1,000,000,000 degrees. I'm not pulling out a blanket to work on it. What are you thinking, Lee? What are you thinking? Obviously you are not thinking blanket. Oh God, it's so warm. Apologies. That was not sensible thinking is what that was. Not sensible thinking. Cross stitch wise, I think I am going to get up to date on my Witchy Stitcher Supernatural stitch along. Yeah, you'll notice I didn't pull that one out because I didn't work on it in the past 2 weeks, which means there's 2 creatures out. The Banshee, and I think it's the Banshee. I know it's the Changeling, and I think it's the Banshee. I haven't done them. So yes, that'll be the first thing I pull out. I will pull out my Supernatural stitch along and actually get up to date with it. If I'm remembering the releases correctly, there is no new release this Friday. Phew. So hopefully I can catch up pretty easy. I do not want to get behind like I am on multiple other stitch alongs. I do know that before I come back to you next time, Jacob Modern Folk Embroideries yearly mystery stitch along, its next piece will come out, so I will stitch on that. I am still up to date on it, so I will pull that one out when that drops. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what my plans are. I want to work on things that I already have going. I probably will get more time in on Isabella's Heart because I was really enjoying that. It's very, very pretty. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my plans are. That isn't very good, is it? Oh well. It's too hot to think. It's too hot to plan. So I don't know what my plans are. Come back in 2 weeks and find out what I actually worked on and what I did, and if I just melted into a puddle of goo and didn't touch anything because it's hot. Next, I had a giveaway. Yeah, I know. I had that extra chart, this one. And last time I said, hey, if you're interested, drop me a line. And a couple people did. I did a random number generator thing, and Rachel Wright, you were the one whose number was drawn. Or circled, because I put everybody on a wheel, and I hit the wheel, and it went brrr, and ding. That was what came out. I did comment on your comment. I did this yesterday in preparation for filming today. I commented on your comment with my email address. I know you typically watch, so when you see this, if you didn't see the comment on your comment, know that Rachel Wright, you are the one to get this, so I will need your address so I can send it to you. I will put down in the description box down here my email address, so you can just contact me there, and then I will get this in the mail, maybe depending on when you get it to me, at the same time that my sister's stuff goes out. Yes, that's who I was knitting the secret project for, was my sister. So I will get these out as soon as possible. Yeah, just get me your information, and you can have this wonderfully spooky, lovely piece. Ooh. No, I'm not starting new things, but I have the most perfect fabric. I have the most perfect fabric for this. I might have to, I know what I can do. I can take that fabric and I can put it in my copy of this. Yes, that is what I will do, and then I don't start it. Right. So, Rachel, get a hold of me, and this will be sent off to you. I have some haul. One of it fell down, so I'm just gonna see if I can use my feet. I can. I have a bit of stash, a bit of acquisitions, because things are pretty and I like them. I am in the cottage garden samplings. What is it? The Year in the Woods, and I am on an auto ship, so the barn owl has shown up. I very much like the owl. It amuses me because we don't have barn owls, we have barred owls. We have two that live in the Green Belt Creek area behind our house. And those buggers are annoying. Though the other night, I swear, I don't know if it's possible, but I swear the owl was drunk. I swear it was. It was like, like, it's who? He was drunk. He was drunk. He was a drunk owl. I swear he was a drunk owl. Anyway, so this owl shows up, and that's all I can think of is my drunk owl in my backyard. And it amused me. I do have plans to stitch these next year. Granted, I'll have to be able to get all the colors of yarn. I have all the fabric. So I'll need to get the threads. Woo! Words. But I have one question for you people regarding threads. Gentle Arts Grecian Gold. Where can I get some Gentle Arts Grecian Gold? I need like 3 skeins of it. And it is disparu. It is gone. It is faffed off. It is traveling the world and has decided to not give anyone a forwarding address because you cannot find Gentle Arts Grecian Gold anywhere. It is just, it doesn't exist. Ay. I just need some Grecian Gold, people. Tell me, where can I buy some? Where? Anyway, I have not been kitting these up. I just have the patterns and the fabrics. Yeah, I'm loving it. I did see the next release. It is the Woodpecker, which, oh my gosh, I love. This past year, this spring, we had pileated woodpeckers who built a nest in one of our trees and had baby pileated woodpeckers. So I had baby woodpeckers. It was amazing. It was so fun. And so I have my drunk owl and I have my pileated woodpeckers, and I am very much enjoying this. This is what I'm trying to say. I very much enjoy a year in the woods. Very happy. Very, very happy. So I got that. I'm gonna need this. Woohoo! Received my Leo and Roxy threads for the month. So this is the July Leo and Roxy threads. I get the colors and the brights. I was like, oh, the brights and the neutrals. I was calling it the colors and the brights. Wow, good job. The brights and the neutrals. There's going to be crinkling as I open these. So these are the brights. We have guac, beeliney, okay dokie. Oh, focus on that. You've got to see how she knit. You're not gonna focus? You're not gonna focus for me? Focus. Yeah, that name makes me laugh. I like it. Orange You Glad and Concord. Oh, that is such a good purple. That is, oh, yeah. Lovely. They're going on to my giant ring of Leo and Roxy flosses. Ding. Now for the neutrals. Again, try to do as little crinkling as possible. We have Great Lakes. Oh, that is the best. Oh my gosh. Can you see the blue tint to this? Oh, that's beautiful. Perry. Like a periwinkle. I don't know. That could be why it was named that. Perry for periwinkle. I don't know. Teal of Fortune. That's a lovely color. Little Green. And Green Thumb. I love these. Speaking of Leo and Roxy, flosses, and Evertote, and that huge group of wonderful people, I'm going to attempt to sign up for Jacob Palooza next October. I've talked it over with the guy, and he says I can. So now I just have to hope I can actually do the sign up. It's next week, I think. I have it on my calendar. I have an alarm set. Because, oh, I want to go. Because that just sounds lots of fun. Just realized that I put on a set of cards backwards. So this set is facing that way, but that set is facing, yep. I have to fix this because they're facing the wrong direction, and that's going to drive me mad, I say. What is that? Oh, that's where that will drive you mad. It's a Moulin Rouge. That's where that came from. So here's all of the colors for the Leo and Roxy flosses. Oh my gosh. These are the most beautiful things. Anyhow, yeah, I'm not going to try and do that right now. Leo and Roxy flosses, love them. So that was that subscription. Most of this is from subscription stuff, so that's a plus. I have my cast of, one second. Apologies, some noisy stuff was going on, and I knew it was just going to get noisier, so I paused and made it, waited for it to go away. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good but the bad parts. Anyhow, these are my cast of characters color minis that I get from Liddyman Fiber Arts. I've been getting them for a long time now. They started with the beginning of the alphabet for their colors, and we're working our way slowly through it. So these aren't necessarily colored minis that are supposed to go together, but this package, actually, those minis kind of do. So we have Poison Apple, which is a great red. We have Pipeline, Pink Panther, Pink Lemonade, and Perfection. As you can see, we are in the P's. When I get to the end of the alphabet, I will not be continuing on with this because I will have all of them. I love minis, and so I was happy to sign up for them. They have an idea for a pattern. It's not the pattern itself. They just give you suggestions for patterns that could be good for minis. I don't know if I like those shorty socks, but that's fine. I'm not on it. I'm in it to get the yarn. The minis. Hiccup. So next up, I have my Knit Spin Farm Little Known Holidays yarn. I get this in their Target fingering. This is for the month of August because she gives it to you early enough in the month that you could possibly finish the socks. I've done it once before the day. I need to knit more of these. I love this color. This is World Calligraphy Day, which is August 10. And look at those colors. Self-striping yarn. We're gonna have a medium stripes of saturated green, teal, navy, and purple within a gradient of grays. The colors of pens, ink, and nibs. Look at this. Oh, this colorway may have to be my next yarn start, because this, oh, I just love these colors. These colors are lovely, so lovely, so lovely. Anyhow, there's that. Then I have my, actually gonna open it, my Trilogy yarn. Words, Trilogy yarns, Broadway musicals. Wow, couldn't remember the word Broadway. Broadway Musicals Club. This month's is Rock of Ages. So it will be based on this playbill. And here is the colorway. Oh, that is fun. That is super fun. It's her MCN base. Plush is her MCN base. So merino cashmere nylon. And I love this. Like this bit of the coloring, which is from the city down there, just kind of pop, makes the rest of it really pop. Oh, that's gonna be a fun pair of socks. I think that's gonna be gorgeous, and it's nice and squishy. Truly Jones. But yeah, I'm behind on knitting with my Trilogy yarns. Oh, so many gorgeous colors. I love them all. So with the Playbill Club, oh my goodness, I'm making a mess over here. Apologies. I was actually trying to clean up and it made it worse. With the Broadway Musicals Club, she always sends a little thing of eucalyptus. Very handy stuff when you're knitting. You can just use a little bit of this to wash it or to block it or whatever. And usually something extra. This time it was some Tuft Woolens lip balm. This one is Balm Lemon. I love Tuft Woolens. Love them, love them, love them. They do lip balms. They do wool soap. So soap that you can use to wash your wools. But that's not what I use it for. I just use it in my... that's not that one. I just shove it in my yarn to make it smell good, and also it tends to keep the bugs away a little bit, I think. She does not state that it does that. That's my opinion. I will also like throw a bar of the wool soap in with, because it's a bar of soap. I will throw it in with like one of my knitting bags so that it smells really good. What can I say? She also does lotion, which like hard, not stick lotion, not liquid lotion, and it's really great stuff, and I love the scents. So I have done her lips before, and it's really good stuff. So I was happy to get Tuft Woolens. It's all wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. So when I use up my latest, which was, I think it was chai. I think I got chai lip balm. When I use up my chai, I will be starting in with my lemon. And then I got my McMullen Fiber Company. This is the one that is based on art. Oh, the beautiful art. This time, this is for July, it's a cassette piece of art. It is the Lydia Crocheting in the Garden at Marley. So there's Lydia doing some crocheting. Cassette is an amazing artist. She was a female artist in the 1800s, early 1900s. I like her art because she did a lot on women, not dancers, not wives, just women living their lives, which, I don't know. The other impressionists, not being women, didn't do that. And so you just saw, you see things like this in her art, and it's just lovely because I love the impressionists too. Anyhow, let's get to the yarn. Gorgeous. I love this one. Oh, what is? It's on their Sublime, which is their 100% superwash merino single ply. So this will not be socks, but this could be a gorgeous shawl. Oh, I love it. Those colors are just sweet. You gotta huff the yarn. You gotta huff the yarn. This is like a requirement. Huffing yarn. That's why I work in a yarn store. I can huff all the yarn I want. Sorry. One of my playbills fell down from an earlier playbill. Moulin Rouge, amusingly enough. That was unintentional, but funny. Alright, now I can get rid of another box. Recycling. Alright, I have two more, technically three, things. So I didn't mean to, but I looked at Nomadic Yarns, their website, and I got suckered into two colorways. This one is called Home for the Holidays. It's on the Brit sock base, which is a BFL nylon. My favorite base for socks is BFL nylon mix. It's my preference. And so again, self-striping, and these colors just sang to me. So it will live, come on, it will live with all of my other self-striping yarns that live over here. And then there was this one, and I'm blaming this one on the James Webb telescope, because this is called Interstellar, and it is on her sparkle sock base. Yep, you can see the sparkle. So this is going to be a really fun self-striper. So, more socks. More socks. All the socks. I need to knit more. Yep. And then, now, I have two full coverage pieces that are on the go. One's living up there, one's living over here. Have you seen me work on them this year? No. No, you haven't. Why? Because I haven't worked on them this year. I'm having plans. I'm pointing at the one that's sitting up there. That is my Middle Earth map by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I have been itching to start it again. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe this fall I might start doing that. Maybe earlier. I don't know. The first thing I'm going to do is see if I can get that pattern into Pattern Keeper and cross, if I can, then cross off all the stuff that I've already done and see if that will make doing these easier. Regardless, I bought the supplies for another full coverage piece. Why? Why did I do this? So I have Farewell to Anger from Hague, and I decided to kit it up. So there's some 28 count gridded fabric. I've never done gridded fabric before, so I bought some gridded fabric for it because I thought I'd try the gridding. It's got to be easier. And then all the DMC. When am I going to start this? I don't know. Do I have any right starting yet another full coverage piece when I haven't been working on my original full coverage pieces? I have no right. Did I buy it anyway? Yes, I did. Wah wah. So that is all of my acquisitions. I need more time to knit. I need to stop getting distracted by video games called Stray. Have any of you played Stray? Do you know about Stray? You play a cat. You get to play a cat. So you run around meowing at things and knocking stuff off shelves and rubbing up against robots, and their eyes turn into hearts and they look at you and they go, oh, and you jump on things and you knock them over and you meow at doors and you scratch at doors and they open the door and you scratch the door to go out and you scratch the door to go in, then you scratch the door to go out, and then you sit in the middle of the doorway so they can't shut it. I've been playing a little bit of Stray. It's delightful. You can scratch on furniture. You can jump all over keyboards while people are trying to work and just be like, I'm on your keyboard. I'm sitting on your keyboard now. Try and work. Meow. And when I started playing it, my cats freaked out. They freaked out. They were just like, where are these cats? There are cats. There are cats right there. We want the kitties. We want to say hello to the kitties. They weren't mad at the kitties. They were just very, 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 very interested in the kitties. My kitty Stella was just like, I hear them. Very confusing. And my kitty Phoebe, the cat started walking off the screen this way, so she walked over to where she thought they should come out of the TV and was waiting for them. And they got very confused when the cats didn't show up. So she's looking around like, where are the cats? Where are my friends? Where did they go? I want to say hello. It was adorable. They've now realized the cats are not real, even if they sound it, and have decided to just ignore them as much as they can. But if you're into video games and you like cats and you want to be a cat, play Stray. Wow. It's too fun. It is way too fun. I need to do less of that though if I want to get all this yarn knit up. Oops. Right, I guess I'm on to life stuff, because I just talked about video games. I went and saw my radiologist, my cancer doctors and all that. And they said the term cancer-free. They did. We are what we consider, you are now what we consider cancer-free. So yay, I finally have that diagnosis. It took long enough. I mean, I'm impatient. It took long enough, but I am now considered cancer-free. Hooray. And I'm going to be talking to my surgeon about some reconstruction. I'll be doing that later. So we'll see what I learn about that. I don't want to do more surgery, but I also don't. This I can't do. So exciting. And maybe TMI for you all, but you know what? People need to discuss breast cancer and the issues that come with it and make it so that everybody is like, I don't know, knows what to expect. Because I sure didn't. Really didn't have a clue. And I had it easy because I didn't do chemo. And it still has, and is still, kicking my butt. Just the radiation. How you all do chemo? You have mad respect for me because radiation was horrific enough. Cannot imagine. Cannot. Hopefully never have to. Right. On to more important and, not more important. Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and not even say that. More uplifting, less depressing things. Yeah, that's a lot better. Important? No. Badly. That was not the word you meant. Don't you I hate it when your mouth says a thing and your brain's like, it's not what I meant. No, take that back. Bad. Oh, not what I meant. Other things, I'm working. Loving my bosses, loving my job. Absolutely fantastic. Finally have talked the guy into taking some time off so that he can have a vacation, because he has done a lot this year. Helping me, helping our kid. He's happy in his new apartment. He's living a happy life. But that guy's been doing a lot this year. A lot. And not taking enough breaks. Because for a while he couldn't. Anyhow, I finally talked him into taking a vacation. So, he's taking some time off. He's not exactly sure what he's going to do during that time off, but he's taking some, and this makes me happy. So, yay! He's a good guy, and he deserves some time off. He deserves a break just for himself, to do things that he wants to do that have nothing to do with anybody else, unless he wants them to be there doing things. That is how that should go. Other than that, yeah, no, things are pretty basic. I'm obviously unable to even imagine a plan for this next couple of weeks. I have things that I have on my schedule that I have to do, but other than that, I should be doing laundry today, but it is way too hot and there's no way I'm turning on a dryer. So, oh my God. I keep looking at the temperature in the room. I'm dying, people. I know, we're wimps. We're wimps in the Pacific Northwest. But we don't do mid-90s. Really, I mean, okay, we've been doing them every year, but it's, and I know last year was hotter during that spell, but we don't have AC. It is what it is. And when you can't sleep at night because it's too hot, because it stays 74 degrees in your bedroom at 1 in the morning, not happy. So that's my biggest life thing. I'm complaining about the weather because I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady yelling at a cloud. And I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but I feel like it, so I'm gonna hang that back up. Ooh, starting to get so full, it's gonna pop it down. Right, I have to set up some time to reorganize this entire craft room. It has gotten bad. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bins of yarn over here. No, small cube, the cubes that can fit in here. I have 6. And all of this, like I don't even know what's in here. Oh, spinning fiber. See? This winter I have plans to get back into my spinning. Yeah, I have a quilt down here that I need to finish, but my thing died and I'm in the middle of quilting the quilt. I don't know what to do now. I don't know if I need to pull it out and try and do it by hand. These are life things. These are life things that I'm trying to figure out. I do have vague plans to do some fully finishing. We'll see if that happens. So there's nothing. I'm just kind of babbling now because it's hot and I don't want to clean up because that'll be effort. Right. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get this all edited. I'm gonna drink a lot more water, a lot more tea, and then a lot more water. And I have to use the restroom a million times because I've drunk so much water and so much tea. But hey, staying hydrated, very important. All of us should do that. Drink more water. Drink more water. In fact, right now, wherever you're at, when this YouTube, go get some water. Right. I will see you all in 2 weeks, which will be in August. It will be August, and hopefully I will have caught up on my Supernatural. And who knows what else I'll have done? Who knows? Who knows? Impossible to know, because even I don't know. Until then, I hope all of you stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool, stay warm, depends on where you're living. Stay dry, depends on where you're living. Pray for rain, beg for rain, depending on where you're living. world's kind of a weird place right now. But we have our crafting. Keep our sanity with our crafting. Keep calm with our crafting. Get some of our anger out by stabbing with our crafting. We have all this. So, I hope all of you do a fantastic 2 weeks. And I will see you then. Bye-bye.